Hey there. I thought I'd try this mask out just for a little bit to, see if it'll make you stop scrolling and get in on the animal craze. Aww. Maybe it'll, maybe this, or this. Maybe Facebook will let this be my thumbnail because I saw in another one, I'm about to drink my cup of coffee and I've got these, I don't know, it's not a flattering look. Let's just say that. Hey husband, you like my little ears? I'm going for a better thumbnail that Facebook will freeze me on. So maybe they'll catch one of these and not one of those where I'm, drinking my coffee in the least flattering look I could have possibly made, So, wow, we got a lot of people on. Deanne, Ruthie, hey. If you want, you can share the video. It's just me talking with coffee. So, in fact, let's take a sip of coffee. And I'm going to see if I can get a few more people. Morning, Deanne. Coffee. Okay. So, for you guys getting on early. Okay. So, I think maybe I'll move the ears. To me, it's a little distracting. So give me 1 second. I have my stylus. I don't know if it works on my phone. We'll try. Let's try that out. No. All right. So we got this, and we somehow. Oh, hey, we have Star Wars masks. Ooh, I like that. Deanne knows I like hats. Ooh, I kind of digging this one. Okay, we may just stick with this for a bit. Now let's try out Star Wars. Oh, okay, well, I don't know how that one's working, so let's just go back to none. We got none. Hi, Sandra. Thanks for joining. Okay, we got that. And there we go. Okay, so I got a couple more people on. I've noticed in watching some replays, I'm trying to cut out the ums and likes and your nose. But one of the things I noticed I do in almost every video is fidget with my hair. Oh my gosh. Am I driving you nuts? I drive myself nuts. I'm like, stop touching your hair. Stop touching your hair, But I'm like this, I'm like this, I'm like this, and I'm back, and then I'm forward, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. So for you guys who are on early, morning, you guys get to do a special thing, okay? So people who get on later won't know what's going on. But, hi Ivy. I'm just about to tell everyone who's on now, when you see me fidget with my hair, because I do it all the time, I want you to, two things you can do. If you're on your keyboard, and I don't think you can really do emojis on the keyboard, at least I haven't figured out how, put a 10. 10 in the comments every time you see me fidget with my hair. So go ahead and practice now, because I'm fidgeting with it, I know. Or find an emoji that will call me out on it, okay? I always use this emoji just to be sassy, But you can do that to remind me that I need to stop touching my hair. So, that one, or the one with the scissors, Like, hey, if you're fidgeting with your hair that much, you obviously need to get to the hairdresser. Yes, husband, I will make us an appointment. We will go. So that's all right, Ruthie. Ruthie, you should be watching this while you're driving. Oh my goodness. Anyway, but you can go back and add it in the replay. So all you guys who got on early, y'all get to do that to me throughout the whole thing. Just call me out every time I touch my hair, because like right there, it felt like someone's in my mouth. Put a 10 in the comments. That's all you gotta do is 10 or some funky emoji that's like, hey, you got to, you gotta stop messing with your hair, okay? But no one else is gonna know what's going on. I'll have other questions and have them do other cues or whatever in there, but you guys, y'all get to call me out on my hair touching things. So, all right, Ruthie, you drive safely as you listen. So, and I appreciate you doing that, but I really want you to be safe first, okay? Everybody, safety's key. Whew. Okay, so I made some notes. I love my Surface, okay, because I get to just like write on it, like, well, when it flips, and it flipped upside down, okay, so, okay. Otherwise, I love it. All right, guys. Today, some of the questions I wanted to ask were, do you do planners? And if you do planners, do you do digital or paper or both? So if you do a paper planner, please put a 1 in the comment or use an emoji. I think there's one with notebook paper in there. You can use an emoji. If you do digital planners, do a 2. 2 in the comments if you do a digital planner, or you can find the little phone icon. And then if you do both, that's what I do a 3. I love everything being digitized. I am all about paper-free, about saving, the environment, about, but mainly for me, it's like, it's less clutter. Hello, did you catch that? So less clutter. So I would put a 3 for both, because even though I love things digitized, for me, if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. And so I really love having my bright red planner out. I have it out on my desk. Well, it's actually behind my desk, behind me, so I can look at it throughout the day, because I do, I have stuff that comes up. Now I do put, are you trying, okay, cool, Sandra, you're a paper person, and Deanne's trying one this year. Are you doing digitized or doing both kinds? And Sandra likes to write. For me, if I write it, it's in my brain, better, stronger. Anyway, and then, but for me, the problem with digitized, if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. But I do utilize my my Google, well, it's not my Google Calendar, but the calendar on my iPhone, okay, and the alerts, and I have 2 alerts. It depends on what it is. Like for Java time, I give myself 2 alerts, 30 minutes out, 15 minutes out, because I always forget to make that cup of coffee. And then for, like, you have bills or an appointment, you can, I can set it out for, like, 2 weeks out, and then maybe the day before, so I know to, hey, did that auto pay come out, or is this one where I have to get on the app and actually pay, because, I still have a few that way. And so I have digital alerts, but I do like to see the paper in front of me. So, hi Carla, thanks for joining. We're talking about planners right now. A 1 if you prefer paper, 2 if you prefer digital, and 3 if you prefer both. So, and then, yep, I'm with you, Ivy. Writing it helps me remember. And then, with those, digital or paper, do you remember to look at them? There are days, I told you, I have my paper planner out so that, it's not out of sight, out of mind. But I'll go get a cup of coffee, I'll come back, I'll see it, but I didn't look at it, Do you remember to look at your planner? Or, if I have it open, I do look. And I am aware if I have, if there's something very important I know I need to remember, I may go so far as to put a sticky in front of me, another alert saying, look at your planner, I'll do those kind of things. Do you look at your planner? 1, if yes, you look at your planner. 2, if no, you don't look at your planner. You plan things out, and you're all excited when you plan it out for the week, and then come Wednesday, you're like, where's my planner? I didn't even look at it. With my paper planner, I'm always carrying it around. Yes, Carla, that helps. I mean, in digital, it's with you on your phone probably, but we're busy with, you got your Instagram, you've got Snapchat. I'm not on Snapchat. I don't know, maybe I can't figure it out. So, and then, Facebook, and then the texting, just everything. We're just kind of inundated with everything on our phone that it gets buried, So to me, that's where the paper comes in handy. Yep. So a lot of you do remember to look. That's good. Got a lot of organized people out there. Yep, Carla, when it's on your phone, you forget. I'm with you, Deanne. Reminders, that saves me. Reminders, big time. Especially, the other day, my anniversary reminder came up. I'm not going to forget my anniversary, but I may get so busy that I may forget to buy husband a gift. So it's like, oh, that came up. Oh, let's go shopping, So, wonderful. And then the next question isn't about planners, but it's more of reading. Do you make time to read? It doesn't matter what you read. So, thank you, Sandra. 1, yes, you do make time to read. 2, no, you don't make time to read. Better not forget the anniversary. No, I won't. And husband doesn't ever forget. He's wonderful. So, 1, if you do make time for yourself to read, and 2, if you do not. I have been, during this time, during the weekdays, I do make time to read. Last week was crazy for me. And then the weekend was a little crazy for me, still kind of coming in from the weekend. And I'm wanting to then also do more for the paparazzi side of things. So I, wanted to make time for that. So I just felt too busy. My friend Chedza, she's not on here right now, but she'll probably pop on later. So Chedza, say hi. I saw her live earlier, and she was talking about everyone has the same amount of time. So yes, and I agree. I just chose different priorities over the weekend rather than reading. So last week I had told you that I'm, reading The Power, still in the middle of that, but I was going to start the chapter on health. I started it this morning at 8 o'clock. Let's everybody take a sip of coffee. It is Java Jive after all, right? That's a good resolution, Deanne. Making time to read. That's really good. Another thing, people kind of get overwhelmed thinking they don't have time, but everyone has a timer nowadays with your phone, and if not, you probably have an egg timer. And so then, thank you, Ivy. 15 minutes. You can get a lot read in 15 minutes, and if you, may have to start one for this. If you, there were times, when I just enjoy a good novel, and you just want to read it all day long, curled up on the couch, under your little blankie, and people are like, I don't have time to read. But you can read a few pages in 5 minutes. You can read even more in 15, and it doesn't matter how many. But if you allow yourself just that 15 minutes, or let's even say 5 for you super busy people, 5 minutes a day to just read 2 pages, that's more than you were doing if you weren't, if you were too busy and weren't making the time, and the guilt's not there, and that's the main thing. You don't ever want to feel guilty, you don't want to be a bad person, so, if you did something bad, maybe a little guilt helps you align back to the kind of human you should be, but reading you shouldn't feel guilty over not reading, just allow yourself 5 minutes, tell the kids, say 5 minutes, I don't know, lock yourself in the bathroom, I don't know, but you can probably allow yourself 5 minutes to read. And on that note, I wanted to share some books I've read that I've reread and will reread. Anyway, okay, so the first one, so a friend told me about these two, and the first one's called The Tao of Pooh. And it's basically like looking at life the way Pooh Bear does. We all remember Winnie the Pooh. And it's basically, it really points out the simplicity of things and how everything really is a blessing. So, The Tao of Pooh by Benjamin Hoff. An excellent book, very easy read, and it's just, you finish it and you just feel peaceful. And I had read it probably more than 10 years ago, and I loved it. And then I recently read it a few months ago and loved it even more because I'm in a more receptive state than I was then. And I even enjoyed it then when I wasn't into, meditating and Zen. I didn't know how people meditated, and I think the person that, had told me about that book, I was like, okay, yeah, I can't think of thoughts while I'm meditating going off like clouds, because then I want to know what shape clouds are, but it's a good book, okay? The other one is Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, and oh my gosh, I was so, you know what, my calendar's all backwards, or my camera's all backwards, sorry about that, guys. I was so against it. Well, thank you, Ruthie. You have a great day. Thank you, Sandra. I was so against this book because, there we go. Now you can read the titles. Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. And the other one was The Tao of Pooh. Very good books. The But this one, I was so resistant to it. I'm like, I don't care about motorcycles. I don't want to know anything about motorcycles, much less maintaining them. Oh, that period of my life is dark and I just was not receptive. But then I read it, and I couldn't stop reading it. And it was one of those where, I mean, I took an hour for lunch, and I read the whole book. Well, I didn't read the whole thing in one lunch, but I would read it during lunch, and I would read it when I got home, and I'd read it before I got up, and I'd read it at the red lights, okay? I'm not one of those people who read while driving. I had never had a book that I needed to read so badly, but then when my commute started getting to where, you know, you're at the red light a long time, I did learn about that. And that was before Kindle and all that. So this book, they describe it, I'll describe it the way they do. The extraordinary story of a man's quest for truth. It will change the way you think and feel about your life. And it is true. I can say this was life-changing, you know? I mean, just powerful. It was really awesome. And this is still coming up. Thank you, Ivy and Sandra. I read this book recently. It's been out a long time. I really don't know when it came out, and I don't want to waste your time looking it up. But The Secret Life of Bees. Just a great book. Very great book. It's, you know, women and life. It's really, really good. So if you haven't read that and you're just looking for just a little easy, just a good novel, that's a really good book I recommend. So let's see, Carla, can you send notes afterwards in the comments on those books so I can remember? Sure, I will message you those books and we'll go from there. Anyway, so that's all I had for today. It's just to see if you did, you know, a digital or paper planner and just kind of list these books off because I came across them on my bookcase the other day and thought I wanted to share those with you. And I appreciate Ivy and Sandra being on top of things and letting me know how often I touched my hair today. So, yay. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Love you. Bye.